use the diagram below to create a rectangle. So it needs to be a rectangle with the area or perimeter that is shown. So first thing you might want to do is go through and highlight. Are we talking about area or perimeter? Right, so you need to go through and highlight area or perimeter and pay attention to that when you're solving these problems. Okay? Now, sometimes you guys highlight things like on your spiral review, but then you don't really look at what you highlighted. The purpose of highlighting is to draw your eye to it so you know what you're supposed to be doing, okay? So don't just highlight and ignore, okay? All right, so the first one is we need to draw a rectangle that has an area of 63 square units. Now, I think it would probably be helpful on the back just to go ahead and write our area formula. Area equals what? Length times width. Perimeter equals what? Very good. So go ahead and write those. So on this first one, if we're talking about area equals length times width, 63 equals length times width. So I need two numbers that equal 63. Now, 1 times 63 is a possibility, but is that going to fit on this grid? It's not. So we don't want to do 1 times 63. So what else could I use? What else equals up to 63? I like how I'm seeing some people who already know and have their hand in the air. What equals 63? What times what? Harper. 9 times 7. So I want you to come over here and go ahead and write 9 times 7. 3 times 21 also equals 63, but I also don't know if that's going to fit on here. Okay, now you have to go from one dot to the next to equal a unit. One dot doesn't equal a unit. It's from dot to dot. Okay? So, let's start here. 1, that's 1 unit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I started at the second dot down and I got all the way to the bottom before I had 9 units. Go ahead and label the dimension. And then we need to go 6 across. So that is 1. From dot to dot is 1. To the next dot is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! There, the curse of the video. That would help. Yeah, then I wouldn't have to scribble that out. Okay. Now let's do one where we're talking about perimeter. So our perimeter is 38 units. Callie, face the front. Perimeter equals 2 times my length plus my width. What is the first thing I need to do with my perimeter when I'm using this formula? Chop it in half. What is half of 38? Do you know half of 30?
Yeah.
Half of 30 is what?
15.
15. What's half of 8?
4.
4. So half of 38 is 19. Okay? So 19 equals length plus width. My length and my width need to add up to 19. And I'm just going to come over here to the back I'm going to put number 2 so my teacher can see where I made an error if I have one. My length plus my width have to equal 19. So what is a possible length and width that I could have for this rectangle? What are a possible length and width that I could have? Chloe, what would add up to 19? Give me 2 numbers. Two numbers that add up. We're not talking about multiplying, just adding. 2 numbers I can add to get 19. 10 and 9. So it could be, remember this X, 10 by 9. What else could it be, Callie? 18 by 1. Benny, give me one.
11 and 8.
11 by 8. Give me one, Derek. 17 by 2. Now, let's not look at any more. Let's just keep it at that. Remember, this is 9. So going up, how many units? What could be the largest side I could have going up? 10. So let's do 10 by 9, okay? So, luckily, we already know that I can go from here to here to get 10, right? You can double count it if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I need to go across 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our grid is 10 by 10, but our rectangle is 10 by 9. Okay? So, I think we're going to go ahead and we're just going to write 10 comma 9 here to show our sides. Okay, I think those are harder. So let's do one more like that together. Perimeter equals 2 times your length plus your width. If my perimeter is 22, what do I do with my perimeter first? Chop it in half. What is half of 22? 11. So for number 3, my length and width needs to add up to what?
11.
Give me 2 numbers. What adds up to 11? Here we have a lot of options we can draw. Jacob? 9 and 2. Give me 2 more. 8 and 3. Give me another one.
7 and 4.
7 and 4. Give me one more. 10 and 1. What one do you guys want to do? 5 and 6 is the other one. What do we want to do?
10 and 1.
What?
5 and 6.
5 and 6, says Liam. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then label 6 and 5. Put your answer over here is 6 and 5. Okay, our last one we're going to do together. The area is 36 units. So, area equals length times width. 36 equals length times width. What can I multiply to get 36? Okay. What can I multiply to get 36? Allie? 6 and 6. I think that's going to be our best one for the size of the grid that we have. 12 and 3, 1 and 36, 2 and 18, but those aren't going to fit. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Label the length and width. Okay, so we have a few minutes left. Put this in your math folder. So everything I gave you today should be in your math folder. So you are ready to go Monday if we're at school or at home due to bad weather. Put everything in your red math folder. The word problems, this grid, and take out your area task card sheet. You have about 6 minutes. We're going to try to finish that.